Okay, picture this. It's late at night. Your room is totally dark, right? And the only light is coming from your phone, just glowing inches from your face while you're lying in bed. And in that quiet, it's just you, your thoughts, and that familiar habit. You know the one. It's born from a little bit of hope and, let's be honest, a whole lot of anxiety.
So you take a breath and you tap the icon. The screen loads up, and then you see it.
It's a number you honestly never expected to reach this soon. Your savings balance, it starts with a 2 and then 4 zeros. $20,000. It looks so simple, just sitting there on the screen. But man, it feels heavy. You just stare at it, and for the first time in who knows how long, your chest doesn't feel tight. Something inside of you just finally relaxes. And your mind just starts to wander, right? You're thinking about a better apartment, one without the leaks and the constant stress. Or a real vacation, not just crashing on your parents' couch again. Maybe even a car that doesn't sound like it's begging for mercy every time you turn the key. And in that quiet moment, you feel different. You feel taller, calmer. But here's what's really wild. Reaching this number, it feels so massive. And not just because of what it means to you personally. It's about where it places you compared to, well, pretty much everyone else. I mean, think about it. National surveys show time and time again that more than a third of adults can't even handle a $400 emergency with cash. So when you're sitting at 20 grand, you've crossed a financial cliff that most people, frankly, they never get to climb. It really does feel like a finish line. But here's the part that nobody ever warns you about. What looks like a finish line is actually a gate. And the moment your account hits that number, the world around you quietly, subtly, starts to change how it sees you, how it treats you. All of a sudden, your bank feels friendly. You start getting those premium credit card offers in the mail. Your social media feed is just flooded with people buying homes and traveling nonstop. And without even realizing it, you start comparing yourself. And that guard that took you years to build, you start to loosen it. And this is where the quiet danger kicks in. That constant fear that one surprise could just destroy everything, it finally fades. You can actually breathe. And you know what happens when people can finally breathe? They want to relax. They want to reward themselves.
See, the trap isn't some big, dramatic mistake. No, it's the small, almost invisible upgrades. You start buying better groceries. You look at a slightly bigger apartment. You add a few more subscriptions. You start replacing things instead of trying to repair them. You're spending money just because you can now. And every single one of those little changes feels harmless on its own.
But here's how it snowballs. All those small upgrades, they slowly but surely raise your fixed monthly costs. And when your costs go up, guess what stops growing? Your savings. And all of a sudden, that 20 grand isn't something you build on anymore. It becomes a fund that you just dip into. Your stability just became your new ceiling. And this is the crucial point right here. At this exact stage, you become the perfect customer. See, banks don't really profit from people who are totally broke. And honestly, they don't profit that much from the ultra-stable, super rich either. They make their money from people just like you, people who look secure enough to get approved for loans and credit, but are still close enough to be edged to actually accept them. So this brings you to a really critical crossroads. And the choice you make right here, at this moment, it defines everything that comes next. Is this money a trophy, something you put on a shelf and celebrate? Or is it a foundation, something you build on? Let me show you the math that most people just completely miss. When you only have, say, $1,000 saved, growth barely even registers. A 10% return is just $100. It's easy to just shrug that off. But with $20,000, that same 10% return is $2,000. Now we're talking. Your money is starting to work almost as hard as you do. This is the tipping point. This is where compounding actually starts to matter. The entire slope of your financial life can tilt upward, but only if you protect that base. And really, it all just boils down to two different mindsets. You've got the trophy mindset, which asks, okay, what can I buy with this? And that mindset celebrates its way right back down to $10,000. But then there's the foundation mindset. That one asks, what does this money protect me from? It's all about building, about creating long-term choice. And that is what leads to entirely new opportunities. And that leads us to the real secret that nobody really tells you about money. It's not about the stuff it can buy. It's about the options it gives you. See, real financial freedom isn't the ability to just buy more things. It's the power to make choices without that constant financial pressure breathing down your neck. It makes life easier because it buys you time, it buys you stability, and most importantly, it buys you choice. And trust me, that is a kind of freedom the system is absolutely not designed for you to have. So please remember this. $20,000 is not wealth. It's insulation. It's this protective layer between you and all the chaos of the world. And you know what? Insulation only works if you leave it intact. And finally, if you take away just one thing, let it be this. $20,000 isn't the prize. It's the platform. Your job is to guard it, to build on top of it, and to absolutely refuse to let a little bit of comfort erase the discipline that got you here in the first place. Because once you're standing on truly solid ground, life stops pushing you around so much. For the very first time, you get to choose your direction. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?